Hello, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Chris Davis. Before we get started, I want to apologize for not uploading so much recently. Last week was incredibly busy. So I think like the week before, like was Mother's Day, and that slowed me down. And then later on, this last week. There's something personal that came up, and then I had to work late one night, so that's why I've been falling behind like with the videos and stuff. But hopefully like this week we're gonna catch up 2 3 uploads a week. That's what I'm trying to do because that seems to be what really engages you guys. But with that being said, let's just hop into this review. Dragon Ball Super Chapter 93, Operation Kidnap Pan. Now guys, I have not been um, really excited for the Dragon Ball Super chapters lately. I really don't like how we are just doing a retread of Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I mean, if they're just gonna do this word for word, scene for scene, I mean, you're better off honestly just watching the movie. Um, when Dragon Ball went on its hiatus, I wish that Um, either it just stayed on the hiatus. Well, yeah. When Dragon Ball Super, when it went on hiatus after the granola arc, I believe they should have just stayed on hiatus because I don't like how they came back from the hiatus and they gave us a very weak prequel to Dragon Ball Super Superhero, and then we have a retelling of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, word for word, scene for scene. You're honestly better off just watching the movie. The movie is far better. And when it comes to Dragon Ball in general, the anime is always better like than the manga. Like majority of the time it's a lot better. Like for years and years I just watched the anime and I never watched the manga. I only got into the manga cuz like the anime has been like on hiatus forever and I wanted some Dragon Ball content. And Geekdom 101, watching his videos got me hooked into Dragon Ball, um, super manga, and manga in general, and Naruto explained. But other than that, I'm really not a big fan of this retelling of Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I wish they just stayed on hiatus to come up with more ideas about where to go. Because honestly, they could have done anything like do post Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Have Gohan and Piccolo continue on with that, with them being the main characters for a while, and test out their new forms against other villains. I think that would have been a really good idea. Or have Goten and Trunks go through some serious character development so like they're more useful and they can contribute more. Uh, People tend to rag on Dragon Ball GT, but I really liked Dragon Ball GT because Trunks was in it and he was being useful, more useful than he ever was in Dragon Ball Super. Okay, uh, let's just let's just go through this, guys, because like I'm not super excited about this chapter. Okay, so they're introducing to us Broly, giving us his backstory. Like you could watch this Dragon Ball Super Broly, and you can get Broly's backstory, and it's far better than this. This is like a short recap. And like I said, watch the movie. It's a lot better. Okay, now we're at the present where Goku and Broly are training, and Goku's really trying to get Broly to control his rage in that Uzaru mutant power he has. Goku sees Vegeta just meditating, and he's basically like, "You're gonna, is that all you're gonna do, or are you gonna train your body?" And then Vegeta goes on about how he was inferior to Jiren, Broly, Moro, Gas, and Frieza. And the reason why he was inferior is because uh, it's how he's using his power. They're all using their powers more efficiently than him and like Goku. But Broly, I don't think so. Broly shouldn't be counted in that. Broly is just someone with super high potential and is basically a Saiyan mutant, and he really doesn't have control over like his powers and stuff. So, kind of give you guys, uh, just so you guys can understand more. Let me just read a little bit. All right. So here's Goku. You want to help out? You'll get rusty sitting there forever. Vegeta says, "Silence, don't disturb me." Training through meditation, you of all people, that's new. Goku. Um, and then Vegeta says, Jiren, Broly, Moro, Gas, and now even Frieza. I was shown to be inferior to all of these foes of ours in recent years. What did they have that I lack? Goku questions. It just means you gotta train your body more, right? Then Vegeta says, incorrect. Our physical bodies have long since been honed to their limits. In that respect, our training already made us on par with those opponents. Goku's like, wait, really? The key difference lies in how we wield our power. There's still too much excess, too much wasted energy when we fight. Now, I agree with that with Jiren, definitely with Jiren. I agree with that statement with I guess Frieza now and Moro definitely. Gas maybe. Broly definitely not because Broly doesn't even have control over his powers. Like I said, he's just a Saiyan mutant with huge potential. Whis goes on about how Vegeta is correct and how him and Goku need to I guess the Vegeta says it like really on point. He says we must force our bodies and spirits to relax outside of the moments when we attack. So to command 100% of our power. So that's basically what Goku and Vegeta need to work on. And I guess like when you're in martial arts, when you are fighting, you do have to be relaxed because if you're too tense, you move slower and stuff. So Whis brags about Vegeta, how he hit the bullseye, and that's how Vegeta and Goku need to work on that particular part of their training. They need to also work on their mind too, not just like their muscles and their body. So Whis has um, proposes that Goku and Vegeta fight, but no ki blasts, just fight and martial arts skills. So Beerus shows up. Um, he's freaking out about Broly being here. Then Lemo shows up with some food that calms Beerus down. Beerus loves it. He sees Chi. He really likes Chi because he thinks she's really beautiful. Um, and then before they fight, Goku wants something to eat, which is typical Goku. So we get to Kami's lookout. Piccolo goes there to ask Dende if he can unlock his true potential, like Goku did like the Elder Kai did for Gohan and Krillin on planet Namek years ago. And Dende basically says he's not old enough to be able to do that yet. He suggests collecting the Dragon Balls and he'll upgrade Shenron so Shenron can wish for Piccolo's unlocked potential. So Piccolo calls Bulma for the Dragon Radar. She has the Dragon Balls because every year she collects them to make a frivolous wish so no one evil uses them for their own sinister purposes. Right, we get to Goku and Vegeta. They eat. They really like the food that Lemo made. Then Goku and Vegeta get to fighting. Now, this is probably, well, this is the best part of this chapter. Goku and Vegeta are fighting. They're really trying to focus on uh, being relaxed when they fight, working on the mental aspect of fighting. And this fight's pretty good, even though it is the same as Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Uh, I do like these panels right here. Like how Goku goes for this flying axe kick. Um, Vegeta dodges, and then it's behind Goku. Goku looks like he does a hook kick, and like the fighting continues. Goku tries to kick Vegeta. Vegeta grabs him, throws him. Goku does some backflips, and then he bounces off a cliff and heads towards Vegeta. And Beerus noticed Vegeta's moves have changed slightly. And then Beerus sees Chi and they're going to go get some dessert together. They're in the kitchen. Beerus tells Lemo to save the dishwashing for later, enjoy them for the dessert. Goku and Vegeta are fighting again, or continue to fight, and Vegeta throws Goku into the water. And I think Beerus puts up that force field so they don't get wet. But Broly is watching, um, and he's not as close as everyone else, so he does get wet. And then we go to Piccolo, where he summons Shenlong. I'm sorry, I'm used to the dub name Shenron, but Shenlong. Uh, he summons the dragon, and he asks the dragon to unlock his full potential. And then Piccolo says he never knew he had this much power. And Shenlong says that he threw in a little bit extra for Piccolo, and then that's just one wish. They have two more wishes they can use. So, uh, Bulma uses the wish to give her body to make some adjustments to it, like a facelift or something. They make the wish, and then Shenlong disappears. Piccolo ridicules Bulma for her selfish wishes, and then Bulma's like, "Oh, well." Before that, she says we could have used Shenron or Shenlong to wish for Goku and Vegeta to come back to Earth. And then Piccolo starts ridiculing her about her selfish wishes, but then Bulma's like, "You didn't think about it either." Then we have Trunks right here, and I guess this is how they get involved. Um, Trunks tells Goten that something serious might be happening and to meet up with him. Though in the movie, I distinctly remember Bulma going to get everyone to help out against the fight with Cell Max. That's how Krillin, Goten, Trunks, and 18 showed up. But it seems like with this manga version, not Piccolo, but Krillin was always aware of the Red Ribbon Army, and Trunks and Goten figured it out on their own. It's not like in the movie where Bulma rounds up everyone. So we're at the Red Ribbon base, and they're looking into Gohan about and talking about how he defeated Cell years ago, and they come up with this plan to capture the child in order to lure like Gohan and stuff. And uh, their plan is just to kidnap Pan from school. Piccolo goes with them, make sure nothing bad happens to Pan, but Also, to give Gohan an incentive to train and get better. Now, this is where the chapter ends. I do have to mention this, like with Gohan's character. I don't like how, and I maybe have said this in previous videos. I'm going to say it now. I don't like how Gohan is making the same mistake over and over. Now, what I mean by that is, it seems like in almost every arc, Gohan gets strong, and then like in the next arc, he's weak because he didn't keep up with his training, and he's not as sharp as he used to be. That's what seems to be. That's the common trope with Gohan, and it really needs to stop. Like he's not developing as a character if he's making the same mistakes over and over. Okay, and the Cell arc after, well, not Cell, and the Boo arc at the beginning of like the Boo arc. Uh, Gohan is rusty because he didn't keep up with his training from way back in the Cell saga. So on the Boo saga, he gets a buff with Mystic or Ultimate Gohan, whatever you want to call it. So early Dragon Ball Super, he doesn't keep up with his training again, and he's weak and he's not useful. And then when we get later in the Tournament of Power, he gets a buff. He's strong again, and now we have with Dragon Ball Super Superhero the same thing with him not keeping up with his training, and he's weak again, and he has to train again in order to get strong. Like him repeating the same mistakes over and over is not good because he's not learning, and there's no character development there. You can't keep making the same mistake over and over. Okay, the world is not always going to be at peace. You can't train whenever a bad guy arrives. It's too late then. He has to always keep up his training so he's ready for whenever the next villain shows up. So, like, after this, no more Gohan being weak and he has to train again in order to get strong. No more stories about him not keeping up with his training. Like, we've done that like 3 or 4 times already. We don't want any more of that. Okay, Gohan just keeps up with his training and stuff, and like we can still like use him instead of just relying on Goku and Vegeta. I get why Toriyama kind of made Gohan kind of weak the first time in the Buu saga because he didn't want Gohan to replace Goku. He wanted Goku as the main character. Okay, but to me, Toriyama could have went on and done that and still keep Gohan relevant power wise. He didn't have to make him like useless. So that's all we have for today. If you liked what I had to share, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and also let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the Dragon Ball Super superhero manga arc right now. Are you tired of this arc? Do you want something new? Is this okay? Just let me know your thoughts. See you guys in the next video.